This is Psalms 24 without apology. Muta Maruka and Luciana. Trust me.
The earth is the Lord and the fullness thereof.
The earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof.
The world and they that
dwell therein. For he had found it upon the sea,
he had found it on the sea,
and established it upon the flood.
Establish it on the flood.
Who shall ascend in the hill of Jah? Or who shall stand in his holy place?
Who shall stand in the holy place?
He that hath clean hands and a pure heart, who hath not lifted up his soul into vanity, nor sworn deceitfully. He hath received the blessing from Jah and righteousness from the Almighty of his salvation. This is the generation of them that seek him.
This is the generation that seek him, the Most High God.
That seek thy face, O Jacob.
Seek thy face, O Jacob.
Lift up your heads, O ye gates,
lift up
and be lifted up, ye everlasting doors, and the King of glory shall come in.
And the King of glory shall come in.
Who is this King of glory?
I say, who?
Emperor Haile Selassie I. Jah strong and mighty. Jah mighty in battle.
Mighty in battle, mighty in war.
Lift up your heads, O ye gates, even lift them up,
Lift up your
ye
heads,
everlasting doors,
be lifted up,
and the King of glory shall come in.
and the King of glory, yes, the King of glory shall come in.
Who is this King of glory? Emperor Haile Selassie I. He is the King of glory.
Who is the King of glory?
Jah Rastafari. He is the King of glory.
Jah Rastafari. He is the King of glory. Yes, the Lord of glory.
Lift up your heads, O ye gates.
Lift up your heads, O we gates.
Even lift them up,
Even lift them up.
ye everlasting doors,
Even lasting over.
and the King of glory shall come in.
And the King of glory.
And now we ask
The
again,
King of glory.
who is the King of glory?
Come in.
Jah Rastafari. Emperor Haile Selassie I. He is the King of glory.
Who is the King of glory?
Who is this King of glory?
Who is the King?
Emperor Haile Selassie I. Emperor of Ethiopia, King of kings, Lord of lords, conquering lion in the tribe of Judah, elect of himself, light of the world, Jah Rastafari. He is the King of glory.
Tonight's episode, mental slavery. How does it work? Who benefits? Can we end mental slavery today? What would it take to end mental slavery as we know it? Abolish it for all time. The only separation from our ideals and our practices is this mental slavery. The barriers that the mind, and only the mind, enforces by way of a herd mentality that is manipulated by authority and perpetuated through ignorance, such that my people suffer. It is the purpose of Physician for the People to end human suffering, ending mental slavery. Our mission, ending mental slavery. It is the purpose of Physician for the People.
Cannabis community, Citizens of the world and my fellow Americans, I welcome you to Physician for the People. We are at the centerpiece of cannabis community in this country. We are in the district of cannabis. This is WLVS, Listen Vision Studios, and I invite you to get high with us now here. Because when you get high, you will get beyond your problems. You will see through to the other side, and you will find a community that is welcoming you to your higher self. Now, cannabis community.
Yo, Fizz.
What the hell are you doing here?
Yo, Fizz.
It's Whitey McRighty.
What it is?
It's the evil doctor.
What it is?
Oh my God! Physician for the People. We've attracted all sorts tonight.
Fizz.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We want to do shout outs to all our WLVS brothers and sister shows right now. Cold Culture.
Right now.
Starting out 9 o'clock Friday night. Stay. Come for Physician for the People. Stay for the Cold Culture. Right?
Cold Culture.
That's right. Right on. And Dr. Carl has a wonderful show at 10. Right? True Radio. Brilliant show. Now, on Saturday night, McLeaf's Mark. You got to check out Wrestling, Sports World, and Cannabis. Right? Put these two together, you get McLeaf's Mark. Amazing program. You will be brought into a cultural set that will put you to the other side. Wrestle your ignorance to the ground.
Side.
That's right. Now, on Sunday night, you got the one and only Phone Homie. Phone Homie. Right? What else are I going to say?
Phone
this
Homie.
Man, major, right? Whatever you want to say, the Phone Homie, make it happen.
Yeah.
Monday night, DC Pharma. This show, I'm telling you, they make you learn and be entertained how you grow at home. Right? You will be part of the community, and you'll be educated and entertained at the same time. Now, Tuesday night, making a movie every Tuesday night. My personal favorite, District Dabbers. You got to listen to District Dabbers, 9 o'clock, Tuesday night. Every Tuesday, Jay is making a movie. You got to come down, be part of it. You got to see what's going on, right? So that's the shout-outs to my community, right? Because when you're part of WLVS, when you come down here, you're going to see what cannabis culture is all about, right? DC Scrogger's in the building. I saw this man's an inspiration, started here, got us wanted to, just comes out to check it out. That's what's going on at LVS, right? Everybody comes in to check it out. And that's why you're here now listening too.
No BS at LVS.
That's right. No BS at LVS. Right. So what we're talking about right now tonight, we're going to go into why do you want to listen to this show anyways? What is it that we have to offer you? Why?
Why?
Why would you want to listen to this show? Why?
First question I asked myself this morning.
Why the heck? Why? Right. The reason why you want to get, because you will get high all the time if you do what I tell you. Right. You can't do it just the weed. You need to get your endocannabinoid system healthy and vital. And that natural high, right, that natural high is the medicine that will give strength to my people, the power to my people. And that's what we're here to give y'all. If you tuned in, we're here for your power, right? Now, the thing that we want to do tonight actually is the truth, is to end mental slavery. How the fuck can we actually have cannabis and we can have these technological advancements, iPhones, iPads, Wi-Fi, and still treat each other like doo-doo pies? Doo-doo pies, y'all. The more stuff we get, the worse it seems we're treating each other. Now, that is proof to me of social engineering, of being put into a box of mental slavery. And now that we can't even break through, we're starting to treat each other with disrespect, y'all. Now, what we have to do is realize we have been poisoned. We've been drinking the water from a poisoned well. Now, how are we going to change this? Physician for the People is here to change that, to end the mental slavery. Now, the first thing to address, something I bring to you that you may not have known. It sounds religious and moralistic, but it's a truism. When we make a judgment, when we decide about something, it locks in.
Locked it in.
Locked in. And if I decide my wife is a bitch, right, the next time I see her, she's going to show up for me as a bitch. I got to go back and undo that judgment on her, or else next time I see her, I saw her right there. Quickly. Right? How many times do we ruin our good relationships by making a judgment and we don't realize we start off there?
Yeah.
Whatever we used to have now has been covered up from a judgment we left in like a dookie in the water. How much dookie in the water does it turn the whole water to dookie? Right? How much poop in the soup does the whole soup turn into poop? Right? So in this domain, right, this is how we are triggered into mental slavery. We are triggered by mass media to make judgments, snap judgments.
Poop in the soup.
Poop in the soup. Who wants poop in the soup?
Don't want no poop in the
Right,
soup.
Right, that's where we're going to go. Now, if we get that I'm walking around triggered, I'm walking around in fight or flight with poop in my soup, drinking poop soup.
Poop soup.
Right? Now, no wonder I'm treating each other like doo-doo pies.
Doo-doo pie.
Doo-doo pies.
Not to mention what the soup does to your breath.
Now I know why the wife treats me the way she does. No wonder. I think that she's a bitch. She won't kiss me because my breath smells like doo-doo pie.
Doo-doo pie.
If I brush my teeth, maybe my wife will love me more. Maybe it is me. Right? And then Physician for the People, we're here for that distinction. Can we figure out, is it me or is it them? Is it me? Right? Now, next thing. This is the real thing. the body itself. If I can share this with the one thing I can share with you today. What makes us troubled in life is that we really believe that life doesn't know what to do, that we could really fuck up, that we really could not get what we want out of this lifetime. Everyone walking around, the more we have to lose. It's the paradox of modern living.
Yes.
Now the truth is your body, our body, is still an organic entity that gives and shares truth. And I will show you how to get your body's truth right on the surface to help you make your decisions, right? If you have a gut reaction, I'm going to teach you kinesiology, self-testing, y'all. The body of truth that you exhibit, that you inhabit, you have the keys to your own heaven on earth, right? If you can listen to your body. And I'm saying we're so triggered by modern life that that's hard to do. We're going to cut through the poop soup.
Cut through the soup.
We're going to undo
Cut
the
through
doodle
the
pies, right? And we're going to bring y'all your body of truth that you are. Cannabis community, stay tuned, right? Jacob, take us to the next thing, man. I got nothing else except a love for my community. I want to get it going on. Bring me to the next track, my brother. Let's go. Let's get it on.
Call this morning from Hollywood, California. Woke me out of a sleep as deep as death. A voice on the other end said, we got us a project here that no one else will touch the story of your life. I said, if this is my movie, I wanna find a new director. We write the script, I don't do horror shows no more. I'm gonna sit down with this till I find the motivation and make the ending just as happy as I can. The voice on the other end said, we got us a deadline. The shooting starts next week, my crazy friend. I said, don't worry about the beginning, you know how it's done. You never shoot from the beginning, you shoot from the end. I said, if this is my movie, I wanna find a new director. We write the script, I don't do horror shows no more. I'm gonna sit down with this till I find the motivation and make the ending just as happy as I can. I'm calling Central Casting to see some new faces, but the leading lady has to have your eyes. As a matter of fact, she needs that certain something to say. Less than I really want you would be nothing but lies. I said, if this is my movie, I wanna find a new director. We write the script, I don't do horror shows no more. I'm gonna sit down with this till I find the motivation and make the ending just as happy as I can. Make the ending just as happy as I can.
Now live, Dr. Whitey McRighty from Listen Vision Studios, Earth 2, telling us why Dr. Ronnie Jackson is the best damn doctor we could have.
Ronnie Jackson is the best doctor you can possibly have. You want a guy like that walking up and down the aisle of your official aeroplane,
Oh yeah.
passing out the goodies.
Want some Merlot?
There's some seriously long flights.
That's nothing wrong with
I mean, this guy's just taking care of his constituents.
Listen, giving
He's
Trump
doing
pills
his
is
job.
a good doctor.
I don't understand.
You got to give Trump pills
And
to
he
help
was-
the acts out.
This is totally unacceptable. Just firing a guy because he's doing what he's paid to do.
Doing his job.
They told him what they wanted him to do, and he did it.
You know, the
He
way
was just a faithful servant.
faithful servant, a
He's a
physician,
good American.
a good American who's actually giving the drugs and alcohol the president
Good
needs.
American, just because he fosters what's the nonsense about a hostile work environment? In my day, we didn't concern ourselves with a
Absolutely.
hostile work environment.
Some
What we used to do.
Some Merlot, you're going to be fine. There's
Hostile
no
work
reason.
environment, that's what you call being the boss.
That's exactly
You're in
right.
charge.
That's why they
you
call.
tell people what they need to know.
That's right.
That's right. You don't
That's
ask
right.
for opinions.
That's
it's
right.
not a democracy.
That's right.
It's a doctor's office.
It's a doctor's office. That man is an
if
admiral.
If it disintegrates into anarchy, you're going to have pills flying all over.
Pills
the place.
flying
You're
all
gonna-
over him. Damn it! Is that what we want for the president of the
hypos
United
sticking people in
States?
the eye. You
I don't
want
understand
hypos
why they
sticking
don't
people
like
in
his
the
doctor.
eye. My God.
My God.
The nerve of people to dismiss Ronnie Jackson.
Ronnie Jackson
I mean,
is a
he's got
great
that great
American.
first name
Ronnie.
after our sainted Ron.
Oh,
Our sainted
Saint
Ron.
Ron Reagan.
41.
Oh, God
It's
bless
41.
him. 40.
40.
40.
40.
Oh, yeah. Because George H.W. Bush was drinking Merlot with
42.
41.
41.
41.
Numbers. Well, it's
yeah.
it's
Clinton was
because
40.
I have not been
That damn
with
Democrat.
Dr. Jackson today.
The Admiral,
If my meds were up to date,
the
I wouldn't
Admiral
be
owes me
having
some
this
value.
trouble.
And there ain't nothing wrong with that. If I was going to sail with Trump, you bet I'd need some anti-nausea machine.
You bet.
Right in my gut.
I mean, medicate the people
Medicate
that are around
the
them,
nation.
and they get to hang around more.
Now
See,
you're
I
talking
just don't
physician for the
understand.
people. Medicate the
I
nation.
don't
We need
understand.
Ritalin for Baron Trump, and we damn need some antidepressants for Melania. She seems like she needs some Merlot.
Yeah.
I don't know what's wrong with her.
Melania might be a lost cause. Melania might be a lost cause. We might have
Yeah,
to write her off.
We'll
You
talk
saw
about her
You
next.
saw her sitting at that funeral. You saw her sitting at that
Oh,
funeral
my goodness.
smiling at Obama.
I'm not in this world to live up to your expectations. Neither are you here to live up to mine. I don't owe no one, no obligations. No one owe me none, so everything is fine, fine. I said I am, I am that I am, I am. Learn to love your brother. Don't covet your neighbor. Flee from the city. It's getting shitty. It is filled without equity. I said I am that I am, I am, I am. I am that I am, I am, I am, I am. I am that I am, I am, I am. Learn to love your brother. Don't covet your neighbor. Get out of the city, 'cause it is so shitty. And it is full of out equity. I said I am that I am, I am, I am, I am. I am that I am, I am, I am. I am that I am,
Cannabis community, you are tuned to WLVS in the District of Cannabis. And I'm with Yoga Nidra today. I am Dr. Ram Thoreau. I am Dr. Ram Thoreau.
Hey, Ram.
How you doing?
Hi, Ram.
Yeah. How
Dr.
you doing?
Ram.
Dr. Ram. And I have on the second mic Dick Cheney's dick.
Yes.
Which you know.
The ghost of Dick Cheney's mojo.
Exactly. Ghost of Dick Cheney's mojo. Once you
That's
start
right.
fucking taking monkey hearts and you got to give up something. And we
Yep.
have that something right here.
They killed a perfectly good human being to give him that heart, I'll tell you
Yeah,
what.
exactly. Right. And we got his dick here right here with us.
That's right.
So, the thing I wanted to share with y'all is the thing that in life, the healer within is the endocannabinoid system. To cut right to it, the cannabis community takes care of that inner healer by having access to the plant. And if I can take what the cannabis community knows about the plant and their own endocannabinoid systems and share it with the general population, what we have is a healed general population, a general population that can perhaps take on truth and reconciliation, can take on the forgiveness and right-sizing of our lifestyles that is necessary to make America, harmonize with the rest of the planet. We've got to bring down our actual consumption of meat products, our inability to get along, our basically being triggered as a society all the time. Right? Cannabis is...
What makes you say that?
Exactly. Fox News. Have you ever seen anyone watch Fox News more than 10 minutes and not coming away with an attitude or a position? It's a triggering machine.
Absolute paranoia all the time.
All the time.
All the
Right.
time.
If I had a mantra for this show, Dr. Whitey McRighty, Dick Cheney's dick, I'll tell you, I would make it the anti-Hannity.
Anti-Hannity.
The anti-Hannity.
Anti-Hannity.
What would make that, right? Right. You're upside. You right side the upside down. You're actually, right. You start telling
I'm
the truth.
speechless. That's just...
Right. I want to be
You're
the
so
anti-Hannity.
far to the right, you're on the left already.
Exactly. Come back all the way around, y'all. Right. And that's where we want to take the people because, cannabis community, we had to freaking deal with prohibition. We know what it's like to be warred upon. Right? I don't care your color. I don't care of your relative wealth. Right. The police still want to fuck you if you got a joint in your car at a Grateful Dead concert. You're still... Right, you're still experiencing the drug apartheid. Now, if you survive that drug apartheid in this country,
Drug apartheid.
you know the real story. And the scars of apartheid, the scars of drug prohibition, of natural medicine prohibition, we walk around with, and we've healed that with the plant. And that's what I want to let y'all know. You guys have gold. You guys have freaking distilled gold out of lead. We've created community where we used to have imprisonment, where we used to have fear, where we used to have illegal cartel markets. You know what? We actually created bartering. We created a kind of lit coin, a kind of underground
Lit coin.
lit coin. We created an underground barter.
Actually lit.
We actually lit. We used to get each other
Actually lit.
high, not for money, but what I could, like if I could get you a couple bags, I could split it, front you, and basically trade cannabis for cannabis for cannabis.
And the good ones glow in the dark. Well, actually, when you light it up, it glows in the dark.
Right. So the thing I want to tell y'all, the truth will set us free. In the truth, where does it reside, Yoga Nidra?
Oh,
In the
I got
plant.
it. So speed masks weakness. Cannabis slows you down. And
Right.
you get in touch because speed masks weakness.
Oh, fascinating insight, right?
That's what I offer tonight.
Right. Yeah, that where we go too fast, we over-pixelate, and we miss the big picture, right? If you look at what cannabis is really doing, that's exactly what it's doing. It's getting us to,
Slow down.
reboot. I want to even take it up a notch. Reboot.
Well, reboot gets us back to our natural self.
Right.
It's a factory setting. It's not making you better.
Bingo.
It's making you be what you are.
Right.
Be what you be.
Right.
Be what you be.
Right, and that's the good news here. The factory setting is already preset for truth. Now, how do I mean that? All right, the points on your body, the acupuncture points that tell us that you're dehydrated, that you would say you're allergic to your environment. The acupuncture points on your body that read, yes, I feel like I'm being lied to. I am showing them to you tonight. Right, I want to teach you how to read these points and test them and get easy yes, no answers, y'all. Right? The easiest way to do it is I'm going to show you first of myself. It takes a second to demonstrate, and then after the break, I'm going to demonstrate on Dr. John, right? And then we'll sit down, and these, as I show you small bits, don't worry about getting it all at once. You will get it in the next show. What we're doing right now is introducing it, planting seeds, and yeah, it takes a second to learn. It may take a lifetime to master, but it's super simple. It's deceptively simple. So this is it, y'all. This is it. You take your dominant hand.
Take your dominant hand.
Your dominant, my hand is right. You take your dominant hand. You take your you duck your thumb and your first finger. You see that?
Is
It's
that-
the strongest circuit that your dominant hand can make.
Quack.
Now you take
Quack, quack.
your passive hand. In my
Quack,
case, the
quack, quack,
left.
quack.
You take
Quack,
the
quack,
thumb
quack,
and the
quack.
pinky. The weakest
quack.
circuit the hand can make. Now you test the strong circuit and the weak circuit. Right. Can you stop it? Can you stop it? Can you lock it out? That's a locked muscle. Now, do something gross, like punch yourself in the tummy.
I'll punch you in the tummy.
Yeah, punch me in the tummy. You're gonna need to. Oh!
Oh,
Right? It becomes harder to hold. Right? Now, people who are really balanced, they lie to themselves. Now, tell me my name is Christos. See? Oh, don't tell me who's my fucking real name. Right? Tell my name is Dr. Ram. See?
We can edit that.
Do your age.
Right,
Do your
right,
age.
yeah,
Just do your
race,
age.
race,
Just
right.
do your
Forget
age.
it.
Right?
It
Now, my
never
name is Fred
happened.
Flintstone.
We never heard this.
Right, Fred Flintstone. I can't hold a lock. People who have a deep sense of integrity, you see them. They tell a lie like a kid. They start smiling. They can't. Their body tension. They can't. Yeah. They can't handle it. You can tell when kids are smiling, right? Because the truth is there. They know the distinction. And I'm saying, even no matter what the social games we're playing, our bodies get truth. And that's it, y'all. We're gonna get into the truth. Jacob, take this to the next one. Take me out.
free.
And it'll set us free, y'all.
It'll set you free.
That's right. We're getting free right now.
That's the way you turn people into automata. You control them, separate them from one another, drive any human instinct out of their heads, make them see themselves as nothing in life except adding to my useless commodities. And I don't care about anybody else because you're not supposed to care. If you can get to that point, then you really have people under control. You don't need security forces. I mean, we have a tremendous amount of privilege and freedom, just incomparable. There's nothing in the world like it. The question is, do we want to use it? I mean, they can act to a certain extent. They cannot counteract organized, active public opinion. I mean, you can't even do that in a dictatorship. That's almost impossible in a more free society. That's why there's so much propaganda, to try to prevent people from using the power that they have, either by marginalizing them or isolating them or making them passive consumers or making them feel hopeless or whatever. A huge amount of effort goes into that. Probably $1 trillion a year goes into marketing, which is mostly just attitude control. Try to make people passive consumers who don't do anything. But they don't have to agree to that. You can change it. First of all, it's all reversible. I mean, the means of controlling people by violence have mostly disappeared in countries like the United States. In fact, if you look at the history of propaganda, it was developing precisely out of a very conscious understanding on the part of privileged sectors, elites, that they were losing the capacity to control the population by force. Just people had won too much freedom. They wouldn't submit to force, couldn't do it. So therefore you had to control attitudes and opinions. And the way you do that is in part by indoctrination and the school system and the news and that sort of thing. But in large part, the way of controlling opinions and attitudes was understood right away to be inducing hopelessness, making people feel helpless, and isolated, separate from one another, make sure they don't interact. Unlike the ideal society would be based on dyad, you and the two, but no further interaction among people, because that's dangerous. And a lot of what's been going on over the last century, and is going on right at this moment, is about that, because it is understood that things like Medicare, Social Security, schools, other such things are based on an unacceptable principle that has to be driven out of people's minds. It's the principle that you're supposed to care about somebody else. Okay? That you're supposed to care as a member of a democratic community. You're supposed to care whether the widow on the other side of town starves.
Follow him on IG.
JW Holland 420 smoked out.
Best IG feed I find.
Too many syllables though.
But it's still a very good feed. Right, so one of the things we wanted to talk about today is how do we get the body to reflect its truth? Now, when I was working with Dr. John, one of the things is that you have so much personal integrity, you can't lie to yourself I've already observed this about you, right? So here we want to demonstrate something really right off the bat, okay? So I'm going to ask you to hold a strong muscle, right? This is the anterior deltoid. We're isolating the anterior deltoid. It's a one muscle by itself. If you get a right angle here and here, right, this one muscle, you can sort of feel it by itself. And I'm going to test the strength of the muscle. Yeah, right here on the top. I'm going to test the strength of it. Hold on. Now keep on doing it. Not good. Now, if I press into your diaphragm, like I punch in the stomach, what's going to happen? It's going to lose strength. It's obvious. Okay? Lock strong. Yeah, you can see that it's harder for the joint to lock. Now, this is what's really interesting when you get an honest person. First of all, did I use the same amount of pressure, sir?
Huh?
Did I use the same amount of pressure in the second test?
Yeah.
Felt the same. Okay. So I'm not using more pressure. He is actually feeling a little bit less muscle because his body's relating to what he said. Now, how much you're looking forward to a new job, and we're talking about that. The wages that we're saying, you had a wage in mind. What was that wage? You don't have to tell me the number, but you had a wage in mind. Is that a good number? Yeah, okay, let's test that. He says it's a good number. Let's see how he feels about it. Lock strong. Lock strong? Okay, good. It's okay. Now, tell me I deserve $1 billion a week to do that same job.
I deserve $1 billion a week to do the same job I already do.
Okay. An honest person can feel it in their gut. No, for real. An honest person knows it in their gut when they're lying, and their muscles know it. And that's really all I wanted to demonstrate, y'all. It is a real simple demonstration, but you will learn more and more how to do this, not only for others, but how to do it on yourself. Right? What I demonstrated first is the self-test. It's advanced testing. You can only do that when you have kids. It's hard to do. But this one is easy. Doing others is easy. And I will workshop y'all on the program week by week, and you'll get to be as good as you can be. Tune in to WLVS for Listen for the Physician for the People. Is that the show? Yeah. Physician for the People.
You got it right this time.
All right. Okay, take it. We know now. All right.
Discipline and tough love for everyone else. For those who are interested in the real world, a look at the actual history suggests an adjustment, a modification of free market theory to what we might call really existing free market theory. That is the one that's actually applied, not talked about. And the principle of really existing free market theory is free markets are fine for you, but not for me. That's again near a universal. So you, whoever you may be, you have to learn responsibility and be subjected to market discipline. It's good for your character, it's tough love, and so on and so forth. But me, I need the nanny state to protect me from market discipline so that I'll be able to rant and rave about the marvels of the free market while I'm getting properly subsidized and defended by everyone else through the nanny state. And also this has to be risk-free, so I'm perfectly willing to make profits, but I don't want to take risks. If anything goes wrong, you bail me out. Okay. So if third world debt gets out of control, you socialize it. It's not the problem of the banks that made the money. When the S&Ls collapse, same thing, public bails them out. When American investment firms get into trouble because the Mexican bubble bursts, you bail out Goldman Sachs. And the Mexico bailout, and on and on. I mean, there's case after case of this. In fact, of the leading top 100 leading transnationals in the Fortune list of transnationals, there was a recent study of how they related to the states in which they're all somewhere. So they're all mostly here in some national state. It turns out that all 100 of them had benefited from.
Live at Physician for the People at Listen Vision Studios, 2622 Georgia Avenue, in the District of Cannabis, the center of cannabis community and cannabis culture on the planet. Right now, you are here with us live, and we're taking your calls tonight. Make sure that you get the number from the bottom of the screen. We have our first caller already on the line. First caller, you have a question?
Hello?
Yes. Turn on your radio. Turn on your radio.
Hello?
Okay. Come on. You have a question for us?
I do have a question for you. Oh my God! When I start marijuana.
Oh, the plant. Yes.
The plant. It makes me sleep.
Interesting.
It makes me sleep, and then when I get up and oh my God, I sleep. I sleep, and at work I sleep.
Interesting.
I'm in pain all the time.
Really? Oh, that must suck for you. I'm sorry.
And then when I sleep, I'm not in pain all the
Okay.
time.
So then the cannabis then is a good remedy for you. That's great. That's great to hear. Is
a remedy a prescription?
Well, medically it's not a prescription, it's a recommendation, but the plant's all natural. And the plant is really not something you need a medical card for in DC. It's free. It's actually something you can grow yourself.
Free the plant.
Yeah.
But it makes me sleep all day.
Right. Well, did you know that there are strains that actually work for the daytime as well? And maybe we can help you out in cannabis community. If anyone knows of strains that work during the day, I'm going to recommend Harlequin as a high CBD sativa, right? And this is now that cannabis is being legalized and decriminalized, you can find these seeds. It's called Harlequin. And other high CBD sativas that are also good for appropriate for during the day as Blue Dream. Blue Dream, which has also a THCV gene in it that acts as an appetite suppressant, so you won't get the munchies during the day. It's a great strain for daytime pain relief. Now, these cleaners, what in the cannabis community, they're often called cleaners, right? People, it makes you want to clean your house, right? Doesn't want to make you couch lock. But the strains that are called the cleaners, right? The downside is they can make you feel a little bit antsy, a little paranoid if you get too much. And that's what I would want to make you know, right? Take it slowly, but you can get great pain relief from Blue Dream as well as Harlequin. Great sativas for the daytime.
So sativa, is that sugar, plant-based sugar?
Right. Listen, that is a great question. We'll move on from this. We'll take further calls off the line, but that's terrific. I'm so glad you called. Thank you for your question.
So I should have sugar?
You should. No. If you'll hold the line, I'll be glad to talk to you on the line. Listen, Jacob, if you could take us to the next caller. We'll be moving on right now. The sugar, yes, there's only so much that can be done over the phone. That's terrific.
Hey, Doc.
Do we have another caller?
Hey, Doc, this is Frank Rizzo from Jersey.
Oh, Jersey's going to be legalizing any second now. I don't know if you know this, but
I got problems with my wife during sex. She lays in bed like a dead carp when I'm laying pipe. You know what I mean?
Sir, excuse me, sir. If you
I've heard of that horny goat weed. Is that some kind of pot?
No, sir, please.
Smoke that'll turn her into a nympho?
Sir, we have no nympho weed. That's not true.
I need something to get her to go wacky all over my Willy Wonka.
Sir, the cannabis is a natural remedy.
You
it's not
got
a drug.
something to put in a bong that'll make her long for my schlong?
Oh, God. Jacob, I told you to screen the fucking call.
You got any kind of weed to make
Jesus
her
Christ.
The need for my centipede?
Cannabis community, you know the prohibition is
You got something she could toke that'll make her want me to poke?
We got to go on to the next clip.
You got something she can pop?
Next time on Physician for the People, we will be talking about how to actually make sense.
Hey, Doc, Doc, while I'm at it, you got any kind of joint that I can smoke to make my joint jiggy?
Cannabis community, Physician for the People. We'll be coming back live after 2 and 2. I gotta go. Holy
From
shit.
1985, the United States had the highest labor cost in the world, which you'd expect in the richest society in the world. It should have much higher ones, in fact. But in 1985, as you expect, it would have the highest labor cost per unit output in the world. And in 1992, it was second lowest in the industrial world. Actually, in 1990, it was the lowest of any country. But then Thatcher succeeded in smashing down the workforce in England even better than the Reaganites here, so the United States slipped back into second place in the competition to see who could harm working people more. So from 1985 to 1992, the United States went from highest labor cost to second lowest in the industrial world. And this was described by the Wall Street Journal as a welcome development of transcendent importance, as it is for their constituency. The business press, the rest of the business press describes other factors that are involved in this welcome development. The Financial Times of London, which is the big international business daily, they had an article about the same time about what was going on in Eastern Europe, and they described it as a horrible mess. Everything was awful, but the headline said that there's some hope. The headline was "Green Shoots in Communism's Ruin," meaning pretty bad, but there's some green shoots there, so some good things. Green shoots.
Cannabis community, you are live with the panel discussion. I've got Dr. John Holland. Back again. I got Yoga Nidra.
Yoga Nidra.
Right, we're discussing cannabis in the Americas. Right now we are seeing the race to legalization. Can you explain what's going on? Why all of a sudden cannabis is the new cheddar cheese?
Well, it's a ploy to make money, and they're going to screw you all over. But,
Right.
But big business is finally catching on, and they've been ready.
Yeah.
I think Monsanto and Bayer have got their own secret plans.
Right.
And we don't get to know about them until it happens.
Oh, interesting.
And so they released the CBD pill, I guess.
Right,
last week,
yes.
Right.
Yes.
And now we have this big. I don't know. It seems like important because the Senate is finally talking about descheduling.
Right.
But who knows if it's going to go anywhere?
That's
It
very
doesn't
interesting.
look good.
Same thing with Connecticut, right? I was looking at my home state of Connecticut. They're talking about legalization, and I can't believe it's stalled.
Cannabinoids in Connecticut.
Right, cannabinoids.
Connecticut.
What's the argument against them? Well, the governor.
What? Legalize what?
Right.
How are you supposed to have cocktail hour if somebody's holding a bong?
Right, and in
The alcohol lobbies
Ah,
and the
well
tobacco
put.
lobbies
Well
and the
put.
pharmaceutical lobbies
Well
all
put.
have people in every state capital,
Right.
in every Senate room,
Right.
every senator's office.
Well,
There's
that's-
an influence.
yeah, it's
Gilby's
brilliant.
is
Or the
ginning up a
possibility.
bunch of trouble.
Well, now why I want to bring that up, because that is obviously what's going on in Connecticut. Just north of Massachusetts, though, my friend Dr. Steve Epstein, brilliant lawyer, right? He spearheaded and wrote the legislation that they voted on. Now, the point is that in Massachusetts, listen to what they're doing, these fuckers. The local fuckers are saying, oh, you know what? I don't want a marijuana dispensary in my town. I'll vote to keep it out of East Hampton. I'm gonna
Colorado too.
vote
Some
to keep,
towns.
Right. So
voted to
what
keep
did
it out.
Dr. Steve say? Great. I advanced legislation and you don't get any revenues.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You won't get revenues from the state, from the taxes if
Oh,
you say you can't.
nice.
Oh, all of a
Nice.
sudden everyone's like, oh, wait, I want to pay the teachers
Need
more.
that tax
Not in
money.
my
I need that
backyard.
tax money.
Okay, then you
Right.
get no bennies.
Exactly.
Nice.
Now, cannabis community, that's a man who took his power
Brilliant.
back. You want my
That
tax
is
dollars? Go
brilliant.
fuck yourself.
That is
You want my
brilliant.
money? You know what he says? Overgrow and share has nothing to do with what you want to do in Situate. There's nothing to do. So he says, the lawyer, he's saying grow. Keep the prices low, grow. And that's really what I want people to take away with. When cannabis is legal, it's legalized to grow, y'all. Grow it. Do not pay $400, $500 an ounce. Are you kidding me?
Grow.
I don't care how exotic it is.
Yeah, for
Keep
legal.
the
Listen, I was at a
prices low.
conference the other day, and listen, I overhear a conversation, and the teachers and superintendents of school are discussing this topic. You know, they say, when are they going to legalize marijuana? Because we need those tax dollars for the schools.
Yeah.
I'm thinking the politicians already got some money spent,
Right?
already done.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Trump can't even go after legal marijuana because of Colorado.
Right.
Colorado senator,
Right,
he
exactly.
blocked him off.
Well
and
done.
So it's I forget his name, but
Cory
good
Gardner.
job.
Yeah, good job, right?
Yeah.
So all this is going on in the cannabis community. The world needs us, and that's the part that I really got to get across. Now, they've been treating us like doo-doo pies.
Doo-doo pies.
Doo-doo
Well,
pies for generations.
Bunch of potential drug dealers.
Exactly, right? We have been treated like felons
Yeah.
with no rights to vote, no rights to own guns, no rights, right? If you've been caught with cannabis, you're a reprobate, right?
You might as well be selling heroin.
Might as well,
It's
absolutely.
crazy.
Absolutely.
It's been a long time coming.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, and at this point now, as the aggrieved party, we are owed reparations. This is not right, y'all. I'm not going to turn around after and pay the cops who used to chase me and hunt me down.
And the
I'm not
Republicans that wrote the laws into
Exactly,
you know,
right.
reinforced all.
How
from
can
the
we do
top.
this? Right.
But
Can-
there are Democrats in the middle.
Oh, they're all authoritarians. Any authoritarian that's been up there. Cory Booker could have made weed, right, decriminalized in the town that he was mayor of. Instead, he chose to be the same prohibitionist that he's been all along, towing the party line. And now that people are really woke, that we can't keep paying for treating cannabis, a natural remedy, as a felony, all of a sudden, like, well, I'll do you a favor. I'll tax it for you.
Money talks.
Money? Are you fucking kidding
Yeah.
me? No. In the poor communities, I want enterprise zones. I want no sales tax. I want people in poor communities that have been disproportionately targeted by cannabis prohibition to be able to sell cannabis without sales tax, to be able to keep it right as a local community and to keep that money at home, right? Not go
did
up
you,
to the state
did
capitol
you,
and not to the federal
did-
capitol.
Did you hear the brilliance that Carson did this week?
Let's hear it.
Where we are going to triple the rent prices on subsidized housing so people make a better effort to break out of the bondage of welfare and being on a system.
Because they want to be on welfare.
Now, cannabis community, is that mental slavery? If you can believe that, that's accurate.
almost
That would be
straight
mental
up
slavery.
slavery. That's
Yeah, right.
They want people to be slaves. They want people working 3 jobs because
Absolutely.
if you're
They wanna
working 3
keep
jobs, you can't do anything else.
Right, you can't do anything else. You can't. The biggest protest against the war ever, biggest anti-war protest actually happened against the Iraq War too, right during Bush administration, but no one noticed.
Yeah.
Because we are so busy, y'all, and we're actually a poor country now. Who can afford to take 3 days off to protest?
It's a third world.
It's a third.
We have plenty of third world areas.
Yes, that's absolutely
sure.
true.
Yeah.
I want to leave you with a parting example of mental slavery. In the animal kingdom, right, you see the mighty elephant. The mighty elephant can trample, right, its handlers easily. But that mighty elephant, though, with its terrific memory, right, when it's little, they take a rope and they tie it around its ankle. And then they stake that rope into the ground. And that little baby elephant, the little Dumbo elephant, when it's little, can't move the leg. So it is staked to the ground when it's little, and it learns. It's so smart. It learns that my leg is tied, I'm anchored to the ground. Now, as that elephant gets older and it gains the power to easily rip apart any cord, it still knows. It has learned. And just like that judgment continues, like we opened the show.
That rope is still in its mind.
Rope is still in its mind. So all the trainer has to do to an adult, grown elephant is tie a tight rope around its ankle and leave it alone. And that elephant will stay in the corner, y'all. We are the elephants, y'all. We are the elephants with tied ankles, and we have the power to do anything the fuck we want.
How does this elephant get out of the room?
Right out. This elephant's got to get out of the room and trample the motherfuckers. I'm out.
Come on, elephants.
I think I left the gas in the house.
Let's
Legalize
trample.
it and grow it. You
Trample.
You gotta
Make it
grow
yourself.
and grow it yourself.
Trample and grow.
Learn about it.
Right. I gotta leave you. I gotta leave Dr. Whitey McWrighty on the mic. All right. He's gonna be coming on. I gotta go.
One last thing.
You got one last thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I'm going to a video, but I'm out.
All right.
I have been discussing some of the means of thought control and the reasons why these measures gain such prominence in democratic systems in which the general population cannot be driven from the political arena by force. The discussion may leave the impression that the system is all-powerful.
So, cannabis community, it's time to take charge. Be in charge of your life. Be in charge of your circumstances. And it's a lot of work. I understand it's a lot of work. But the alternative isn't worth thinking about. Be in charge of your circumstances. Be in charge of your consciousness. Be in charge of the love in your heart and be generous with it. Give it, and you'll get it back.
There has never been a medical reason for criminalizing marijuana. Marijuana was criminalized because